Good afternoon, everyone. Before we begin the commencement ceremony, we have a few brief announcements. State law prohibits smoking in Alico Arena. Restroom facilities are located in the first floor lobby in the northwest corner of the second floor. First aid facilities are located in the first floor lobby. In the event of emergency evacuation, guests will be guided to one of the exit doors located throughout the arena. These exits are marked with red exit signs. Ushers are available to assist you should the need arise. As we celebrate this joyous occasion, an occasion that reminds us to be respectful in our attitudes and actions, we ask that you silence all electronic devices. During the awarding of the diplomas, please hold your applause to the end so the names of all candidates may be heard. When taking pictures, please be mindful of those around you and do not block the aisles. We ask all candidates to be respectful of their fellow graduates and remain seated throughout the ceremony. After the singing of the alma mater, we ask that everyone please remain standing while the platform party, faculty, and graduates exit the arena floor. Thank you for your attention, and we will begin the ceremony shortly.
Good afternoon, candidates for graduation. And good afternoon to your families, guests, the platform party, and the distinguished faculty and staff here with us today. I want to welcome everyone to Florida Gulf Coast University and thank you for participating in this celebration for these exceptional graduates. During the conferral of degrees, President Martin will recite the incantations that will officially transform you into college graduates. At the end of this time-honored ceremony, you will rise from your chairs and pass through those doors and step into a future that awaits you as a graduate from Florida Gulf Coast University. Now we are all in our places and ready to begin the ceremony. It is my honor to call to order these exercises for the spring 2023 semester, the 59th commencement ceremony of Florida Gulf Coast University.
Thank you, Anna. On behalf of Florida Gulf Coast University, I welcome you to the university's 59th commencement ceremony. My name is Mike Martin, and I'm proud to be the 4th president of FGCU, and it's delightful to have you all here today. Those of you in the stands, would you please rise and remain standing for the singing of our national anthem, led by Bauer School of Music student Cadence Dobson and the Suncoast Brass Quintet. Thank you, Cadence. Please be seated, all. This ceremony is patterned after a ritual that has been repeated throughout the centuries in higher education and throughout the world. The robes we wear and the symbols of the ceremony are found their origins in the Middle Ages. The mace is a symbol of the authority of the university, but the spirit of commencement is modern, always new, and always focused on the future. At this time, allow me to introduce the university trustees and other members of our platform party. As I call your name, please stand and remain standing. Chair of the FGCU's Board of Trustees, Blake Gable. University Trustee, Robbie Repstorff. University Trustee, Luis Rivera. University Trustee, Peter Sulik. University Trustee, Joe Fogg III. Our student speaker, former FGCU Student Government President, Grace Brannigan. FCU Student Government President and University Trustee, Emery Cavan. Dean of the Wilson G. Bradshaw Library, Dr. Tracy Elliott. Interim Dean of Honors, Dr. Min Nguyen. Director of Alumni Relations, Kim Wallace. Chair of the Alumni Association Board of Directors, Michael Natchev. University Trustee, Michael Wynn. Dean of the College of Arts and Sciences, Dr. Clay Motley. Director of the FGC Water School, Dr. Craig Tolley. Dean of the Whitaker College of Engineering, Dr. Josefa Kagdi. Director of Exploratory Advising and University Reader, Allison Bachagalupe. Director of Early College Programs and University Reader, Rebecca Jones. Vice President and Vice Provost for Strategy and Program Innovation, and the President-elect of FGCU, Dr. Ashigal Timmer. Vice President for Student Success and Enrollment Management, Dr. Mitchell Cordova. The University Marshals and University Marshal and Faculty Senate President, University Trustee Anna Carlin, and Executive Vice President and Provost Mark Rieger. Thank you all. Sitting in the front row are our college marshals for today. Please stand and be recognized. Dr. Nora Diemers from Arts and Sciences. Dr. Fernando Gonzalez from the Whitaker School of Engineering. Dr. Jean Max Charles from the Water School. Dr. Kim Raycliffe from the Wilson G. Bradshaw Library, and Dr. Starlet Sinclair from the Honors College. Thank you all very much. And if there are members of you may be seated. If there are members of the FGCU board of the foundation here, please raise your hand. We won't try to recognize you all, except to know that at this university we have remarkably good people from the community who serve in many ways, and that's another board worth respecting. And with that, now I'd like to introduce the University Executive Vice President and Provost, Dr. Mark Rieger.
Thank you, President Martin. It's a great honor and pleasure to serve as Chief Academic Officer and be part of this special ceremony. It's my distinct pleasure at this time to introduce our Spring 2023 student speaker, former President and Student Government, Ms. Grace Brannigan. Ms. Brannigan is a graduating senior with a double major in history and political science with a minor in philosophy. She's a member of FGCU's Honors College and is a proud first-generation college student. In addition to her leadership role in student government, Ms. Brannigan also served as the president of the Resident Housing Association and is a member of the Eagle chapter of the National Residence Hall Honorary. Ms. Brannigan.
Hello, Eagles. As of 10 a.m. this morning, I am now not a graduating senior, I am an alum. So the pressure is off, right? It's not my ceremony anymore. But hi, everybody. Let me be the first to congratulate you on this exciting occasion of your graduation. When deciding today what I wanted to talk to you all about, I thought that I would share what I think is the most valuable lesson I've learned in my 4 years at FGCU and during my year as the student body president. And I've learned plenty of lessons, right? Don't park in a spot that's not yours, right? Always do the extra credit. Do not go out the night before graduation when you have to deliver a speech. But the best lesson that I've learned here is that kindness is never wasted. And I know that that sounds kitschy or maybe like something you might read on your second grade teacher's classroom wall, but bear with me. We live in a society that constantly sells us the narrative that to get ahead, we have to be willing to step on other people, and that to get ahead, we must always prioritize ourselves above everybody else. And we're taught that good leaders are serious and harsh and no nonsense, instead of thoughtful, sensitive, or kind. And that narrative is compelling, which is why it sells so well, especially in times of pandemics and hurricanes and social and political upheaval. But I think I've seen that it's wrong. In my time here, I've seen the impact that choosing to greet the world with kindness has on individuals and on communities. And I know personally the impact that choosing to meet other people where they are and engaging with them with generosity and sincerity can have on people as well as their communities. When navigating this increasingly complicated world, it seems really easy to throw kindness by the wayside. and to prioritize goals and metrics and to keep charging towards the next task or the next accomplishment without paying much attention to how you're leaving the place that you're at or how you're arriving to the place that you're heading to. But I promise that nothing is going to stay with people longer than the ways that you've treated them. And in turn, you will remember when life gets hard and people greet you with kindness and help you get back up again. So my charge to you today, class of 2023, is as you head off to your next steps to dream ambitious, brave, difficult dreams. And in pursuing those dreams, to prioritize kindness. Congratulations, class of 2023. Go Eagles.
Step over here, Grace. I want people to see this. Show me your Fisher graduation shoes. Look at this. This is a devoted Eagle. Thank you, Grace. Looking good, looking good.
You're embarrassing me.
That's quite all right. You'll notice that Grace is wearing the 2023 medallion, which symbolizes her participation in the senior class gift, which helps the university meet its greatest needs. Graduates, for those of you who are also wearing that exclusive graduation medallion, please know that this is the very first step in your philanthropic journey. Thank you for your support. And now it's a pleasure for me to introduce a friend and your commencement speaker, Mr. Manny Fernandez. Manny Fernandez started his career at ITT designing integrated circuits for the Trident missiles. Harris Corporation developing the first programmable memory IC device, and Fairchild Microconductors, one of the largest semiconductor companies in the world. He currently serves as the managing director of SI Ventures, a venture capital firm focused on information technology and communications infrastructure. He has held that position with the firm since its inception in 1998. And for a local real touch, Mr. Fernandez served as Chief Executive Officer of Gartner, Inc., a leading research and advisory company from 1989 through 2001. He has been the Chairman and Chief Executive Officer of 3 technology-driven companies: DataQuest Incorporated, Gavilan Computer Corporation, and Zilog, Inc. Mr. Fernandez currently serves on the board of directors of Performance Food Group and Leggett & Platt Incorporated. He previously served on the board of directors of Brunswick Corporations as chairman of that board, Time Inc., Flowers Foods Inc., Stanley Black & Decker, and as executive chairman of Citco Corporation, and has also served on the board of several other technology firms, including Tibco, one of the earliest IA leaders. He has been recognized as Ernst & Young Entrepreneur of the Year, Business Week Top 100 CEOs, Top 100 board members, member of President Bush's Presidential Information and Technology Action Committee, and a member of the Hispanic Hall of Fame. Mr. Fernandez, at 17, was part of the creation of Native Tan and Hawaiian Tropic Suntan lotions in Daytona Beach. Mr. Fernandez, I'll call him Manny, has a passion for education. I will say parenthetically, when higher education was reorganized in this state 20-some years ago by Jeb Bush, Manny was one of the inaugural members of the Board of Trustees of the University of Florida, where his granddaughter is now a 5th-generation Gator. He has a genuine passion for what we do here, and we're glad to have him. He has a lovely wife, Jo, 2 daughters, and 5 grandchildren. Join me in welcoming our friend and our neighbor, Manny Fernandez.
All of that makes me really old, okay? Thanks, Mike. Dr. Martin, thank you for that. Chairman Gable, the rest of the Board of Trustees that are here, faculty, friends, and of course, you. At the end of the day, that is all what it's all about, is you. Dear graduates, you have worked really hard for, I don't know, 3, 4, 5, I spent a few more years than that getting mine. You have worked hard. You have created a great amount of innovation. You had the ability to be able to persevere through the process. But I just want to talk to you today that you are in a moment in time in the history of the world. And you happen to be in the right position to be able to survive. We'll talk more about that, but more important, to grow and to flourish on where we live today. Remember that as graduates, you are not only the architect of the future, but you are the guardian of the present. Keep that in mind, because that is a clear message that I want you to carry with you today. Give you a little bit of history about Mike Martin. You probably always think of him as this person that is very eloquent and charges through this university over the years that he has been here. So let me tell you how I got here. I was in a very boring Zoom call, and the phone rang, and it was Dr. Martin. He was actually watching a baseball game here at FGCU. And he said, Manny, I tried Bill Gates, Taylor Swift, Tom Brady, and they were all busy. So you were the only guy that would do this. So this is what you get, okay? So I'm here, and I thank Dr. Martin for doing that for me. So let me tell you what happened after that. I hung up from my Zoom call. I got super excited about being here. So I picked up my iPad, and I went on and immediately went to Kayak and booked my trip down here. And then I went to Verbo and got my little house that I'm renting to be able to be here with you today. Obviously, immediately I went to Facebook, and I entered what I was doing so my family would know where to find me. Then eventually I got the trip down to here to RSW. And I opened my Uber app, and this nice lady came in a Tesla Model 3, picked me up at RSW, entered the address on Waze, and on my way, I decided, well, I got to talk, so I might as well go to ChatGPT, enter a few words, and they did write this whole speech, okay? Now, Siri, no, I can't talk to you now. So, 14 years ago, I gave the commencement speech at my alma mater, University of Florida. Just to put it into perspective, there was no iPhone, there was no iPad, no Waze, no Kayak, no Uber, no Tesla, and clearly no ChatGPT. So it's been an incredible ride in those 14 years. But the reality is that the way technology continues to grow, as the song says, you ain't seen nothing yet. It used to be that we would have years to be able to assimilate new technology. Those years are over with. We now have to assimilate technology almost on the fly. So I have three things that I'd like to cover with you, if you put up with me. One, I want to give you a quick view of the future, my view. I want to talk a little bit about social issues that we're all going to face. And lastly, I'm going to talk a little bit about the recipe for success, which is every time that I deal with students, which I do a lot, always the question comes, what is a recipe for success? So we'll talk a little bit about that. As Mike mentioned, I had the privilege and the honor to have been the chairman and CEO of Gartner, which is just down here, down the road. And we made a living by making forecasts about technology. We were unafraid. We always were out on the leading edge of putting our names on the line. And we didn't hit 1,000, but we did pretty well. And we were basically looked at as the voice of information technology. As I sit here today, I try to look back about, if this would have been 10 years ago and I was going to take a look at the future, how would I look at that? Well, it's very different today. So today, to be able to take a look at 1 or 2 years out is not easy, but it's not that hard. It becomes really hard when you look at further away from that. Yeah, sure, we're going to have autonomous flying cars. We are going to continue to make inroads in space. The college grads today in biology will move on and continue to do a great amount of work in the medical side of the business. And obviously, the College of Engineering will be fundamentally in the middle of what's going to happen next. The one thing that I can tell you for sure is that semiconductors, which has been the driving force of technology, will continue to grow exponentially and continue to double every 2 years. Moore's law continues to be in effect, and it will continue to do that. The questions that I have is that hopefully the graduates of the water school will fix and be able to come with solutions to the environmental problems that we have. And they will not be easy. So congratulations to you all, and to go out in the world and be able to tackle that particular part of the thing. Lastly, as we move into the social implications, it's clearly that the School of Psychology has to earn their keep, because it's going to be a lot of tasks and a lot of issues that this incredible technology is going to come and bring to place. Now, it's impossible to talk about the future and the effect in society if we do not talk a little bit about artificial intelligence. It is clear that the opportunities that all of you are going to have in the next 10 years are going to be insanely huge. But it's going to also come with a price. As we develop this, there will be a lot of bad actors out there that will start taking advantage of artificial intelligence and what that can do against society. Now, I happen to think that this idea that we should pause AI for 9 months and allow the government to find the guardrails is laughable. There's no way that you can put the AI genie back in this bottle. Even if you let the good guys pause, the bad guys are not going to pause, right? So we're going to have to deal with that. We have done it in the past, and the question is, can we absorb it quick enough to be able to do it in the future? In addition to that, society is going to deal with the issue of life extensions. The medical guys, the biologists, et cetera, are going to all come up with ways that we are going to live longer. Well, the question with that is, we need a quality of life to go with the length of life. So that yet is another issue that we're going to be dealing with. So quickly, the recipe for success. Last time I checked, I don't think you can go to Amazon and buy a book, nor you can go to YouTube and say, hey, I want to be successful. How do I do this, right? I know how to do my garage door, but I don't know whether I can do this. So I may be a bit like some of you. I'm an immigrant that came to this country, and my parents had 2 or 3 things that they said that I must live by. One, they left Cuba to come to this amazing country for me to be able to, number one, have a great education, and therefore, education has always been the main piece of conversation at every dinner table. You can mark that box, right? You now have your degree, or will have your degree in a minute or two, and they're also going to give you a parachute. I'll talk a little bit more about it in a minute. So, education, number one. And education is not a one and done deal. You have to continue to be learning. Anytime that you wake up in the morning and said, I did not learn anything yesterday, you need to ask yourself, why is that? Because you have to be in a continuing mode of learning. Number two, you want to be able to work hard. They all tell you this. And you want to be a good citizen and a good team player. The old golden rule of do to others what you want others to do to you is very applicable. And at the same time, don't leave here thinking that now this is all about you or me. This is all about the team that you're going to put around yourself to be able to try to achieve the things that you want to achieve. So, let me give you a little bit of a background here about. I think that I have a great education, thank God. I have worked hard. I think I am a pretty good citizen, and I'm a good team player. But in addition to all of that, once in a while you need a little bit of luck. And I don't happen to call it luck. I happen to call it, Malcolm Gladwell wrote a book called Outliers that said that being in the right place at the right time, and if you take opportunity of that, you can exceed every expectations. Well, I am a total 100% example of that. In 1960, my father decided that we had to leave Cuba and come to the United States. 5 months later, they closed the American embassy. If 5 months later, this story would not be the same as it is today for me. Later on at University of Florida, there was a great professor that wanted to create the first semiconductor course at UF, and he had a lab. They were looking for a grad student. I needed the money, so I took the job. Literally a year later, I was starting my PhD, and all of a sudden, Uncle Sam wanted to draft me. And one of my students called me up and said, hey, why don't you come to work for us at ITT? As you saw up there, we're designing circuits for the head of the missile, the Trident missile. So I did that, right? So think about the replications about taking that little job as a grad student, right? 3-4 years later or a few months later, it would have been a totally different story. And that, in my life, it has continued. It's continued through how do I get in the middle of Silicon Valley, in the middle of the inflation of semiconductors, how I went to run one of the key microprocessor companies, having to make some very tough decisions of changing some of those jobs to be able to do what we did. And then lastly, in 1989, there was an earthquake in California, and just not much different than what happened with Ian here, only 6-7 months ago. And my family decided that we don't want to live in California anymore. I was running a company, doing well, everything was going well. Ended up being that the opportunity to do a management buyout of Gardner came about. I went to Connecticut, look at it, and we decided to go ahead and move to Connecticut. 5-6 months later, somebody else would have done the management buyout, not us. So the point here is that this moment in time is very important. This thing that I call timing. One way to define timing, maybe you can relate to this. Think that you're in a train station, and there's a train coming. and the train is not going to stop. So you want to get on this train, and you have, if you jump too early, or if you jump too late, you got big problems. But if you get on that plane at the right time, you're able to go make incredible things happen. So, with that in mind, being in the right place at the right time, and being ready and willing to take a chance is an important part. But there's one other little ingredient. You will have a family, and the importance of having a family that can support you on going to all of these little train stations along the way and be behind you is paramount. So don't ever lose sight of your next family as well as your family, your parents. So with that, I'm going to leave you with 3 things. The ABC of success, in my opinion. First, be curious. Don't ever stop being curious. You got here because you are. Number 2, be bold. Shoot for the stars, and don't be afraid of failing. That's why you get the parachute. Okay? This degree is your parachute to be able to land on your feet. And number 3, you must be accessible. You must be available. And then you got to be ready to be able to take that next jump. This is your moment in time. Don't waste it. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. Fernandez. Degrees will now be conferred. At FGCU, in a minute, we award a growing number of advanced degrees and recognize postgraduate education in a range of disciplines. We offer 7 doctoral programs and 26 courses of study that lead to master's degrees. Today we have 9 master's degrees that we'll award at this commencement, and I believe all 9 of you are here, and so that's wonderful. Please rise for the conferral of your degrees.
By the authority vested in me, by the Florida Board of Governors and the Florida Gulf Coast University Board of Trustees, I confer upon each of you the master's degree you have earned with all the rights, privileges, and responsibility thereunto appertaining. Candidates, turn your tassels from right to left. Congratulations.
All right, the college marshals can escort the candidates to the front of the stage. The university readers, Miss Rebecca Jones and Miss Allison Bacigalupi, will introduce the individual graduates. We will call each graduate to the stage to be recognized. Let me ask our guests to please hold your applause and cheers so that everyone may hear the one name you came to hear today. Thank you.
We are beginning with the master's candidates in the water school. Michael Kratz. Ella Gedwar. Paul Doherty. Madison Mullen. Coleman Mayfield. Xenia Alonzo. Trinity Allen. Madison Sims. Laura Michelle Montalvo Navarrete. And now the master's candidate in the UA Whitaker College of Engineering, Danielle Paul.
All right. Will the new FGCU Masters graduates please rise? President Martin, Platform Party, faculty, family, and guests, please join me in congratulating our new Masters graduates. You may be seated. We will now confer the bachelor's degrees, which we award in 63 courses of study. We are pleased that 443 bachelor's degrees are being conferred at this commencement. Some of those eligible to receive recognition at today's ceremony have already started their new careers and are unable to attend. Will all of the bachelor's candidates please rise for the conferral of your degrees?
By the authority vested in me by the Florida Board of Governors and the Florida Gulf Coast University Board of Trustees, I confer upon each of you the bachelor's degree you have earned with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities thereunto appertaining. Candidates, please turn your tassels from right to left. Congratulations. You may be seated.
The College Marshals for the College of Arts and Sciences, the Water School, and the UA Whitaker College of Engineering will now escort the bachelor's recipients to the front of the stage. The university readers, Ms. Rebecca Jones and Ms. Allison Bacigalupi, will introduce the individual graduates.
We are beginning with the graduates from the College of Arts and Sciences. Kira Parahone. Murari Trevino. Riley Ritter. Chanel Kopstein. William Young. Grace McLaughlin. Vanessa D'Arcangelo. Silvana Innocent. Jacaria Beard. Taylor Hardy. Aaron Diaz. Olivia Gerakios. Leanna Ackerman. Melissa Valdez Torres. Alyssa Dorsey. Erin Keefe. Shuting Wang. Kelsey Gibb. Hallie Scheinman. Samantha Whaley. Danielle Wyman. Zachary Regal. Cora Long. Jared Ferrone. Logan Lefebvre. Beth Adams. Mikkel Lagarde. Naomi Caranzo. Karina Mendez de Sena. Luke Neiman. Dalton Triba. Caitlin Alvarez. Vincent Pickens. David Jones II. Ashley Donahue. Mateo Anand Castrillo. Kaylee McDade. Destiny Smith. Haley Hutchinson. Erin Denny Romero. Abigail Black. Hannah Shaman. Emily Daniels. Katarina Joy Stevens. Caitlin Pont. Kelly Suzanne Wiggins. Elizabeth Pancari. Emma Manzi. Alyssa Cerna. Courtney Shadle. Kaylee Howes. Fernanda Paniagua. Camila Santana Rijo. Nicholas William Teutsch. Allison Coraggio. Joshua Shavanis. Alexis Blue. Taryn Van Deventer. Marisa Jackson. Gabriella Kratowski. Logan Griffin. Austin Johnson. Alexis Fox. Danny Hamilton. Raven Mason. Jasmir Espinal. Madison Imhoff. Kennedy Brewer. Chloe Wilkerson. Carly Clapper. Avishai Dial. Nicholas Smalter. Aurelie Leonard. Samantha Brannon. Emily Dupas. Rio Dean. Wijnali Palasier. Christopher Kelly. Carlos Ali. Omar Walidi. Jairo Satizabal. Vladney Ashel. Dodorsha Jean-Pierre. Daria Stiegi. Tashara Morehouse. Michael Pino. Katrina Milian. Isabel Sanchierto. Yananda Venerin. Giovanna Palmisi. Crystal Piguero. Alyssa Young. Colby Brown. Megan Rizza. Keenan Hodge. Cameron Wilms. Evan Richards. Christine Velasquez. Zeta Rebello. Madison Parmelli. Demi Concepcion. Sarah Martin. Kalia O. Fisher. Emanuela Pongo. Mackenzie Troja. Robin Moskovich. Evelyn Gray. Samuel Bermudez. Christina Winnissette. Nicole McCaw. Catherine Shank. Sophia Costa. Sandra Town. Abigail Aldis. Kayla Van Royen. Sean Kelly. Allison Spradley. Abby Sokenvari. Erin Altman. Yolanda Gonzalez Reyes. Amelia Blunt. Audrey Terubiartes. Ruben Perez. Kaylee Phillips. Elizabeth Lubomirova Anandova. Carter Anderson. Jordan Tubb. Caitlin Chase. Rochelle Lunsford. Gabriella Livingston. Lacey Sailing. Morgan Horn. Olivia Wynn. Shawnisha Carter. Dalen Abreu. Athena Apicella. Makeda Archer. Isis Rosario. Alexis Suarez. Trinity Fletcher. Madison McHugh. Taylor Lynch. Michaela Sizemore. Isabeau Keene. Sean Lamke. Brandon Plimley. Daisy Mendoza. Madison Harridan. Julia Aguirre. Elizabeth Spicer. Ashley Minotti. Lauren King. Daria Quinn. Elizabeth Christine Breton. Sydney Brooke. Jillian Fuller. Alexia Begord. Catherine Bolash. Hector Bode. Ruben Rosado. Hector Montanes. Zachary Burden. Omaida Didolia Naranjo Rodriguez. Brody Biggs. Carly DiSilvestro. Veronica Ruiz. Alyssa Schmidt. Madison Hirsch. Abigail Hernandez. Maxwell Wettengale. Dawson Reinacher. Josiah Crombie. Frank Tumiello. Matthew Franchino. Chantal Hernandez Laguna. Courtney Taylor. Vanita Samuel. Oriana El Faki. Josie Loria. Abby Hunniford. Allison Grindle. Catherine Risvold. Amanda Becker. Elizabeth Davis. Haley Casas. Nakaya Everett. Maya Victoria Cano. Olivia Farley. Matthew Cagney. Samantha Twombly. Catherine Cortez. Anna Landis. Stephanie Desenor. Alejandra Rodriguez Garcia. Shannon Rachel Mead. Elizabeth Chavero. Kelly Johnson. Erica Braulio de Mello Riviero. Bridget Myers. Julia Plesha. Kelsey Pelletro. Taylor Levin. And now the graduates from the Water School. Lexi Ludwig. Shay Cunningham. Abigail Hendershot. Kayla Hughes. Gabriel Leo. Aubrey Garcia. Ryan Barracks. Zachary Knox. Megan Black. Chloe Lauer. Christina Upland. Sarah Berard. Jacqueline Arena. Cassie Valenti. Samuel Walsh. Jessica Herlock. Benjamin Rykon. McKenna Longo. Jesse Rivera. Caroline Palo. Megan Maloney. Peyton Connolly. Peyton Lunsford. Tyler R. Ryder. Adrian Bardes. Emily White. Daisha Wallace. Megan King. Ashley Postlethwaite. Audrey Sheen. Adam Kay. Molly Bittner. Haley Giroux. Sophia Morejon. Jasmine Morejon. Liliana Silva. Derek Yadanza. Justin Wilder. Aubrey Catherine Kimball. Courtney Lauer. Victoria Valero. Michael Grant. Noah Stevens. Haley Elizabeth Gamolka. Kaylee Macero. Got it. And now the graduates from the UA Whitaker College of Engineering. Brittany Arnold. Nathan Wagoner. William Ramirez. Kamal Lawson. Talia Cisneros. Yulissa Valdez. Gregory Harder. Kalo Leon. Emilio Angel. Giovanni Trejo. Gabriel Garcia. Michael Householder. Bailey Lewis. Ronnie Frey Regato. Alexis Lopez. Oscar Fox. Samantha Stillwell Carroll. Gabriela Alvarez. Brianna McGee. Alicia Perez. Zachary Jarentowski. Abigail Bishop. Chevelle DeLello. Elizabeth DeFrance. Brianna Gallagher. Hannah Peterson. Dady Albeirus. Oliver Thompson. Emma Resendez. William Wychulis. Anna Avella. Louis Angeles. Vincent Nguyen. Adis Muhammadajic. Kababe Farah. Anthony Daniel Ferreira. Blake Smith. Govinda Ramrotten. Stephen Tran. Jacob Siegel. Caitlin Grayson. Andrew Wilhelm. Reyes Costa de Jesus. Joshua Outerbridge. Marissa Irizarry. Joseph Proctor. Connor Tobin. Austin Hood. Jake Hansen. Christian Apostoli. Josiah Burnham. Michael Romano. Justin Trainer. Carson Roysam. Giovanni Maselli. Autumn Ray Schreffler. Corbin Myers. Lainey Bonthrin. Zeller Helfrich. Joshua Lopez. Alexander Vandermeulen. Evan Luchenko. Andrew Lunchenko. Ryan Del Negro. Nicholas Tennant. Gonzalo Manacho. Robert McNiven. Michael D'Agostino. Benjamin Hines. Stanley Cody Olekna. Nicholas Hull. Evan Barnwell. Nicholas Bongiorno. Zachary Bongiorno. Pedro Garcia Zaragoza. Armando Valdez. Eric Brown. Krishana Dartrush. Steven Gutierrez Velez. James Gabriel Gutierrez Velez. Owen Kamel. James Bell. Karina Pinelli. Christina Aragon. Alessandra Guerra Delgado. Sterling Seitz. Alexandra Patterson. Patricia Andrika. Jordan Tatum. Chance Mullen. Dylan Marlowe. Aaron Burns. Dylan Donahue. Noah Brindley. Landis Wallace. John Sanders. Michael Nallen. Ethan Kramer. Anthony Zarzana. Owen Doyle. Abed Pierre. Paul John Olson. Kaya Reinhardt. Raleigh Moyer. Zachary Hutcherson. Daniel Dewey. Rosa Reynoso Felipe. Gabriela Gutierrez. Jacqueline Mueller. Ida Ferding. Caitlin Stewart. Lou Vaughn. Stephanie Gonzalez. Josie Judy. Magdalene Sebastian Bartolome. Layla Abedrabo. Carlos Peralta. Guillermo Felipe Lopez Rojas. Yahya Elhamshari. Michael Mullen. Nathan Albrizi. Max Rufat. Stephanie Ali. Henry Bryant. Zachary Mixon. Taylor Gagnon. Theodore Giannopoulos. Jalen Vowles. Shay Downing. Elena Cook. Jaylee Pappas. Renee Bergeron. Ethan McLean. Marza Cruz Montes. Quinwan Huang. Ronald Chatelier. Devin Arena. Juliana Cobb. Emily Crane. Annette Marrero. Alexander Llewellyn. Jason Balbuena Feliz. Sebastian Campos. Benjamin Cotwall. Gilbert Green. Mike Alexander Lazar. Isabel Susanna Martinez. Colton Carter. Christopher Cardozo. Alexis Laclasio.
All right. Will the new FGCU bachelor's graduates please rise? President Martin, Platform Party, faculty, family, and guests, please join me in congratulating our new graduates. You may be seated. Among our graduates receiving bachelor's today are those who have achieved the highest academic honors, which is signified by the wearing of the green and blue cords. Please stand and remain standing as I call your honors designation. Undergraduate students who have maintained a cumulative GPA of 3.9 or higher have received the highest honors designation of summa cum laude. Please rise. Undergraduate students who have maintained a GPA of 3.7 to 3.9 have received the honors designation magna cum laude. Please rise. Undergraduate students who have maintained a cumulative GPA of 3.5 to 3.7 have received the honors designation cum laude. Please rise. To all of our honors graduates, we commend you on your superlative achievement. Additionally, the red, white, and blue honors cords that you may observe on some of our graduates who have performed great service to our country as a member of the proud United States military, and we wish to thank you for your service.
And now, if you're a member of this graduating class and you did not stand with the honors students, but you had a good time and completed, you stand up. I want you to know these are my people. Thank you for joining me and not standing with that during my commencement. I'm much appreciated. Graduates, congratulations on your accomplishments. As we all know, we call this commencement and not termination for a reason. It's just begun. You need to continue to learn. You need to continue to adapt. And you need to continue to make a difference. We're proud of you. We're proud of what you've done, but more importantly, we're proud of what you will do. Allow me on your behalf to thank the people who have made this possible, certainly on this campus. The outstanding faculty and staff who have contributed to your education, offered you wisdom and guidance. Please, all of you, join me in thanking the faculty and staff of Florida Gulf Coast University. And now it's my pleasure to introduce and welcome to stage Michael Natcheff. Michael is a graduate of the class of 2010 and is the current chair of the FGCU Alumni Association Board of Directors. Michael?
Thank you, Dr. Martin. Good afternoon, parents, family members, friends, and fellow Eagles. As Dr. Martin said, my name is Michael Natcheff, class of 2010 alumnus and chair of the Alumni Association Board of Directors. I'm honored to be with you here today as we celebrate this momentous occasion. Today, you become alumni of Florida Gulf Coast University. I want to congratulate you on the absolute strength and resiliency that you have displayed to get to this point in your lives. Your graduating class had to survive a global pandemic and the devastation caused by Hurricane Ian to get here today. You navigated these immense trials of your collective character, along with the challenges of everyday life. I can promise you from here today it will not get any easier, but we all know based on what you have survived, you have what it takes to confront any challenge head on. The world was a different kind of challenging when I graduated in 2010. High unemployment and the global financial crisis loomed as the prevailing problems of our time. We must all rise to the challenges of our time in order to succeed, and one of the best ways to do that is surrounding yourself with people who you like, who make it easier to go to battle. 15 years ago, I met my wife Felicia here at FGCU. At that time, there were only about 6,000 students on campus, and fortunately, the odds were in my favor. This November, Felicia and I celebrated 10 years of marriage along with our 4 children, 3 daughters and 1 son. Fortunately, my all-nighters as a student here at Florida Gulf Coast served as the practice I would need headed into parenthood. You're not going to sleep. Don't think that's happening after this. Another key component of success is humility. You have to stay grounded and embrace the ability to laugh at yourselves. Those of you here with spouses know that you have to go home to get the disrespect you deserve. Doesn't matter what you accomplish. After commencement, I'm picking up dinner and taking out the trash. That's how it goes. With a wife and 4 kids, I certainly get my fair share. Class of 2023, you are a special group of people that we know can do exceptional things. But essential for your advancement is understanding that the world is full of exceptional people. The only way to stand apart is to put in the work. Success is rented, not owned, and the rent is due every single day. We have a new president beginning at Florida Gulf Coast University this year after the exceptional tenure of Dr. Martin. I'll soon be terming out as chair of the Alumni Association. The rent remains due, and the world continues to go on. No matter how good you may be, you should always strive to be better. I personally rose to a leadership role at a young age in a large institution. I'm the Vice President of Government Relations at Lee Health, living proof of how far you can take a bachelor's degree from Florida Gulf Coast University and hard work. However, titles do not make you a leader. Your actions do. The best leaders seek progression, not compensation. And if you focus on progress, I promise you that compensation will follow. Never be complacent with your success and make your favorite accomplishment the next one. Graduates, the greatest gift you can give your loved ones here in the audience today is pride in your actions. And you have certainly done that today. Keep doing that. As this chapter in your life closes, a brand new chapter is beginning. You have to work hard even when nobody is watching. That's the ultimate test of your character. Life will continually challenge you. Be ready to respond and be open to change your direction. No matter what the next step looks like, whatever it is you're going to do, set a goal to be the very best at it. Dare to be great. That is exactly what FGCU is built on, a tradition of excellence, character, and culture. FGCU gave you a start, pushing you down the road to limitless success and limitless possibilities. As you leave here today, remember this moment. Remember this institution your friends, the mentors you've gained along the way. Remember, no matter where you go from here, FGCU will be the common connection in our lives and a place where you are welcome to return. You are now joining an alumni family of more than 40,000 graduates worldwide. And I challenge you to stay connected to your FGCU family. Wherever the road takes you, you can do that by becoming an involved and engaged graduate and joining us as a Forever Eagle member of the Alumni Association. Volunteer in your colleges, attend our Alumni Association events, and share your accomplishments with the university so we can share them with the world. That's the best way to show your Eagle pride and stay connected with your FGCU family. I look forward to seeing each and every one of you soar high like only Eagles can. Again, congratulations, class of 2023, and welcome to the FGCU alumni family. Wings up, go Eagles.
Thank you, Michael. At this time, graduates, would you just stand, rise, and give a round of applause to all your friends and family who've been part of this journey with you. And now, audience, if you'll also stand and join in the singing with our vocalists from the Bauer School of Music, Cadence Dobson, and the Suncoast Quintet, Brass Quintet, and singing the first verse of the alma mater. It's printed, the words are printed on the last page of your program. Cadence? Thank you. Graduates, in closing, let me first say yet again congratulations, and you've been a remarkably important part of this university. Your spirit and your ambition and your participation in the university has made a difference and will continue to make a difference as we build a great tradition of FGCU. Don't take your education for granted. Continue to study, continue to learn, and continue to distinguish yourself. You're part of our brand. I certainly encourage you to stay connected through the Alumni Association and in every other way you possibly can. It's important to you, but it's just as important to those who will follow you. And now, if you'll allow me just one personal moment of reflection. This is my last commencement at FGCU, and the last commencement I will have done as a faculty member and administrator over 52 years. So this is the 52nd time I've gotten to be party to this, and I can't tell you whom. Thank you. Thank you. I can't tell you what a pleasure and honor it's been to be your colleagues, student colleagues, faculty colleagues, and staff colleagues. It's been a remarkable ride for me to finish a long career. And I think it's particularly important for this particular group to know from me. We came through a pandemic and the biggest hurricane in recent history together, and we made it. And that can't be underestimated. So thank you very much. Thank you very much. And now, graduates, please remain standing for the recessional. Will the people in the audience, you may sit but wait until we've cleared the floor, and then you can meet all the graduates outside. And we will adjourn this for a celebration for all of your success and all of the success you're going to have. Thank you very much. Go Eagles.